Dancing with the Stars returned to our screens in September and is now into the final stages, with audiences being treated to one unlearned dance and redemption dances, with the finale coming this Sunday. Stay with us as today we're talking Jojo Siwa's awesome Janet Jackson tribute on last week's episode. So what happened on week 9? Stay with us to find out. Jan Levison, I presume, nope, not anymore. Melora Hardin's The Office character would have been proud of her run in the hit dancing show, given her propensity for bursting out into song. But sadly, it's now come to an end. She was kicked off the show this week, along with partner Artem Chmerkovskiy. It was a double eviction week, and Suni Lee and Sasha Farber were also given their marching orders, unfortunately for the pair. Melora and Artem were shown the door right away even after their perfect score last week, whilst Suni and Sasha landed in the bottom 2, as well as Amanda Kloots and Alan Bersten. With the latter progressing to next week's finale, Amanda performed a heartwarming dance to a song by her late husband Nick, who passed last year after contracting COVID. Rest in peace, Nick. Cody Rigsby and partner Cheryl Burke were assured of their place in the final, despite some fans taking to Twitter to voice their displeasure that Melora and Artem had not progressed ahead of them. What did you guys think of the decision? Would you have Cody in the final? Let us know below. The show wraps up next Sunday with JoJo still the favorite to take the season 30 title. Amanda's right behind her at 4-1 odds. So let's talk JoJo's Janet Jackson tribute next. JoJo returned this week and absolutely nailed her performance, but her performance the week before still has people talking. Siwa has constantly performed well, which one might expect given that she's a trained dancer. Bit of an unfair advantage maybe. The YouTube personality has even been given a ton of perfect scores during her time on the show, but ended up in the bottom 2 the week before last, which was a pretty big shock. Last week the show had a Janet Jackson themed night, which we absolutely loved. JoJo's partner Jenna was also in sensational form, appearing in a matching black number with JoJo. The pair performed to Janet's 2007 hit Feedback, which also included acrobatics, which was absolutely mind-blowing. How are your acrobatics? Think you could pull this off? Italian choreographer and TV personality Bruno Tonioli said the pair was drop-dead sexy, whilst Carrie Ann Inaba remarked that the routine was amazing, and amazing it was. They only dropped a solitary point from 40 available, ending up with a score of 39 out of 40. Quite incredible. Performances like these only serve to back up the favorites tag that many fans and critics alike have labeled them as. After their performance, they went straight into a rumba battle-style dance against Olivia, Jade, and Chmerkovskiy, which was performed to Janet's That's the Way Love Goes. JoJo and Jenna were in top form and even scored extra points for their passion and chemistry. What's your favorite Janet jam? So what has the finale got in store for us? Stay tuned. The finale on Sunday night will pit 2 teams who are expected to do well and another 2 who have scored consistently low all season against each other. This could be the catalyst for an upset or more likely a disappointment. JoJo and Jenna are obviously favorites for a reason and go into this one expecting to win. Amanda and partner Alan are the only legitimate challengers to JoJo and Jenna, but realistically, most teams are probably relying on the favorites not being at their best and themselves to perform their absolute maximum, which we just cannot see happening. The other teams, who consist of Iman and Daniela and Cody and Cheryl, really don't stand any hope other than a miracle happening. This is where some fans have claimed the show runs the most risk of becoming a bit of a disappointment. We know JoJo and Jenna are quite clearly the best of the remaining teams, but Cody and Cheryl, who weren't even competing early on due to falling ill with COVID, stand a good chance to win when it comes to a straight shootout. We would tend to go with the idea that JoJo and Jenna simply have to turn up at the weekend and perform to win. They are that far ahead of the others. There was also controversy as Iman triumphed over Melora and Suni, with fans obviously not voting on the performances. Was the vote hijacked by Cavs fans? What do you guys think? Erin Andrews explains why it was a blessing she left the show now, straight from the horse's mouth. Erin's last dance came last July when ABC announced that they'd be heading in a different direction after news broke that herself and co-host Tom Bergeron were leaving the show. The pair were let go after season 28's viewing figures saw their lowest ever ratings. The show only had around 7 million viewers during that season, whilst in its heyday, DWTS was pulling in more than $20 million. So you can see why the network chose to shake things up a little, which was fair enough since Bergeron has been on the show since its inception. Andrews claimed yesterday that the timing couldn't have been better for her, and she gave them her blessing and wished the rest of the crew her best. She does have plenty going on, which she mentioned. My schedule has been so crazy with football commentating, the clothing line, the podcast, trying to have a baby that I think it was the best thing for me. She's also kept in touch with Bergeron since the show ended, which is nice to see. Bergeron has also attracted attention in 2019 when he made no bones about the fact that he was not pleased with the addition of former White House press secretary Sean Spicer to the lineup. Fair enough, Tom. We wonder if they had anything to do with the network's decision. What do you guys think? All's well that ends well for Erin, however, and we're happy she's happy with where she is right now. Who do you prefer in the role, Tyra or Erin? Let us know below. Some bad news for Judge Derek Ho next. Stay with us to find out more. COVID has thrown a spanner in the weeks for season 30 yet again, with Derek Ho revealing via Instagram today that he has contracted the virus. He said, "I have some news to share and I wanted you to hear it straight from me. Even though I've been fully vaccinated, I've just been diagnosed with a breakthrough case of COVID. I just found out. I feel okay. I feel strong. I'm currently taking advice from medical professionals, doing everything I can to get better as fast as I can. We can only wish him all the best in his recovery." Professional ballroom dancer Ho couldn't have been unluckier with the timing of this, as the finale is set to go ahead this weekend, which he will obviously not be able to attend as he will have to now quarantine, unless they let him cast his votes via Zoom. Ho isn't the only person to have been affected by the virus this season. In September, Cheryl and Cody contracted the virus but remained in the competition after they were allowed to be judged on a taped rehearsal of their salsa routine. They also performed online again in week 3, so maybe Ho will not be allowed to judge from afar. I mean, there's not really anything stopping him, right? He's not the one performing. Who is your favorite judge on the show? Let us know below. Some not so nice news regarding Suni next. Stay with us. Suni revealed a horrible story recently dating back to the start of the pandemic. She was the victim of a racist attack back when the virus was in its infancy. After her and her friends, who are also of Asian descent, were waiting for an Uber after a night out, there was lots of anti-Chinese sentiment throughout the States when the virus first started, as it had originated there. However, the superstar gymnast is of Hmong descent, with her family hailing from Laos. Good job, racist. You can't even do racism right. The Olympic gold-winning gymnast was sprayed with pepper spray in her arm after a car full of people hurled racist abuse at them and was told to go back where you came from. Weird. She's American. A funny thing about this incident is that without a shadow of a doubt, Suni has undoubtedly achieved more in her short life so far than any of the people in that car will ever achieve combined. She said, "I was so mad, but there was nothing I could do or control because they skirted off. I didn't do anything to them, and having a reputation, it's so hard because I didn't want to do anything that could get me in trouble. I just let it happen. Better to just be the bigger person, Suni." As always, thanks for tuning in, guys, and remember to tune in next time. Also, why not share this video with your Dancing with the Stars fan friends?